Welcome to Lesson 3, Showing Sympathy Towards Others. Sympathy is the ability to feel sorry for someone else's misfortune or suffering. It is a common human emotion that can motivate us to help others in need or comfort them in their distress. Let's show compassion and kindness to others with more confidence and sincerity.
Welcome again to Lesson 3 of Module 1. Our objectives for today are: in this lesson, you are expected to use collocations, colloquial language, and modals in complex texts. Write a letter of sympathy to a friend. Before we commence our grammar review, please read Arlene's letter to Jonathan. Take note of the content and the format of the letter. To check your comprehension, answer the following questions. Number 1. What is the main purpose of the message? Letter A. To share condolences and offer support. B. To ask for help. C. To reminisce about past memories. D. To provide solutions to the pain. And the answer for this is A. In the letter, Arlene mentioned, I just wanted to reach out and let you know that I'm here for you, no matter what. You might need someone to vent to, cry with, or just sit in silence with. Number 2. How does the sender express her availability for the recipient? Letter A. By offering to solve all his problems. B. By promising to always be there. C. By reminiscing about past memories. And letter D. Avoiding contact. Our answer here is letter C. From the letter, it said, we've had some amazing memories with Emily, and I want you to know that I always remember them. Let's proceed to number 3, 4, and 5. Number 3. What does the sender suggest about dealing with grief? A. Ignoring it and moving on quickly. B. Sharing stories and memories to keep them alive. Letter C. Avoiding contact with friends and family. D. Handling it with friends and family. Our answer for number 3 is letter B. The letter mentioned, we should keep these memories alive by sharing stories and reminiscing about the good times we had together. Number 4. How does the sender offer support in the message? Letter A. By providing all the answers to the recipient's questions. B. By being available for calls or texts anytime. C. By avoiding any mention of this loss. C. By avoiding any mention of the loss. D. By asking the recipient to seek support from the family. Our answer for number 4 is letter B. In the letter, Arlene mentioned, please don't hesitate to call or text me anytime, day or night. Finally, our number 5, what tone does the sender convey in the message? A. Strength and perseverance. B. Hope and moving forward. C. Frustration and annoyance. D. Sympathy, empathy, and support. Our answer here is letter D. Sympathy, empathy, and support. In the letter you have just read, you have seen the following modals. Can't. In the letter, it means inability to imagine the extent of the pain. Could, hypothetical ability or willingness to do something to alleviate the pain. Might, possibility or potential need for support. Should, in the letter, it means suggestion or recommendation to preserve and cherish memories. Don't, it's the lack of hesitation, encouraging the person to reach out without reservation. And will, it's the commitment or promise to provide support. Modals are type of auxiliary verbs that express various meanings, such as ability, permission, obligation, necessity, possibility, and probability. They are also called modal auxiliaries. Getting modals right is key for good English communication. They switch up how a sentence comes across, so it's important to grasp all their various uses and nuances. Other uses of the modal verbs include certainty. We use must or have. For example, your friend must be going through a tough time after the loss of a loved one. Another example, I have heard about the situation, and I understand that your emotions must be overwhelming. Another use is possibility. You can have can, could, and might. For example, I can offer my support if you need someone to talk to during this difficult time. Another example, you could find solace in sharing memories with friends and family. And our last example, it might help to seek professional counseling to cope with the grief. Another use of modal verb is obligation. You can have should and ought to. For example, in times like this, you should take care of yourself and prioritize your well-being. Another example, you ought to allow yourself the time and space to grieve and heal. We also have requests. You can use can, could, and would. For example, can I help with anything practical, like arranging meals or running errands for you? Another example, could you let me know if there is anything specific you need assistance with? Our last example, would you consider letting me be there for you during this challenging period? Our last use for this afternoon is advice, and you can have should and ought to. For example, You should give yourself permission to feel and express your emotions without judgment. Another example, you ought to consider joining a grief support group to connect with others who have experienced similar losses. Now let's have our exercise. Identify the modals used in these sentences. Our first sentence is recommendation. It reads, during difficult times, you blank reach out to friends and family for support. They can provide comfort and understanding. And our choices are A, should, B, can, C, will, and D, may. And our answer is may. Our second sentence is about possibility. Our sentence is, it blank help to seek professional counseling to cope with the grief. Our choices are A, should, B, must, C, might, D, ought to. And our answer is might. We still have number 3 and number 4. Number 3, our sentence is, blank, you mind sharing your thoughts and feelings with me? I want to be a supportive presence for you. So it's a model of request. A, should, B, must, C, can, and D, would. Our answer is would. Number 4, during times of grief, you should give yourself the space to heal and blank, consider seeking support from friends, family, or professionals to navigate through the emotional challenges. So, it's a model of advice. Our choices are A, can, B, might, C, would, and D, ought to. And our answer is ought to. Our number 5, which sentence uses a modal verb expressing certainty? A, I can provide my assistance if you require someone to converse with amidst these trying circumstances. B, your friend must be experiencing a challenging period following the departure of a dear one. C, it might help to consider professional counseling beneficial in managing and coping with the grief. Letter D, in times like this, you should take care of yourself and prioritize your well-being. The sentence that uses a modal verb of certainty is letter B. Your friend must be experiencing a challenging period following the departure of a dear one. Modals are a part of auxiliary verbs that express different degrees of certainty, possibility, ability, permission, obligation, advice, and necessity. Let's reflect. How can modal verbs be used to express certainty or uncertainty about future events related to the grieving process? What are your takeaways?
To learn more about Lesson 3, explore the complete module available on Global English Competitiveness ebook for B2 learners. Once more, I am Dr. Arlene Salve Opina, your guide to Module 1, Lesson 3. It has been a pleasure sharing this educational voyage with you. I look forward to seeing you on our next episode in Lesson 4, Opening Up Myself to Others. All the best on your continued learning journey.